Another AFM market must, and it's getting, I would say, a lot of traction. I quite like the production poster one sheet, but also the fact that we've got two great actors and it's based on what potentially looks like great material. So Amma Asante is on board. We imagine this to be a glossy project. Mads is on board. Armie Hammer's on board. It's the billion-dollar spy, Kevin. Is there anything else that we could do with the Cold War thriller spy subgenre that hasn't done before? Is there a legit reason to be excited for this?
I think I mean, Mads Mikkelsen, I'll watch in anything. So that's one reason to be excited. He's just a great actor. He can take anything and make it compelling. You're right. I mean, this is fairly familiar ground, the Cold War thriller. This one's based on a true story about a CIA agent who forms a friendship with an engineer on the other side of the curtain. The twist here is that the CIA thinks he's a dangle, which is like sort of bait for the CIA, so he might not be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, this is like, it's nothing new. I mean, we've seen this sort of story before. I think the exciting thing is, I think Amma Asante has quietly really built up a really interesting filmography. And she's shown ways to do things that seem familiar differently. Like most recently, she was directing episodes of the miniseries Mrs. America, and her episodes were actually really great. Really brought the 70s to life in a way that I thought was unique, with an interesting perspective, an interesting voice, and we don't often see women directing Cold War thrillers. So I think that alone will bring something different, hopefully, to the genre.
Really good points you bring up. This has the participation of Walden Media, which, you know, if you look at their recent filmography, it's like films with dogs. I don't get why they're involved with this IP. But the idea of heroic individuals, I think there's always, that's a key element to bring audiences in. The scribe for this is someone fairly new. He did Adam Agoyan's Remember. His name is Benjamin August. Not sure what to expect there. The fact that he's perhaps familiar with visiting the past might be something that.
I think you bring up a good point about the production. I mean, you're right. Walton Media is a bit of an oddball element of this, and I believe Akiva Goldsman is one of the producers, and he's just made a ton of blockbuster trash. So you're right. I'm a bit surprised to see that sort of involvement, but who knows? Like that's the X factor here, I guess, with this project. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the actors are great, the material has promise, and the director's great too. So
yeah,
those are things.
I like the polyvalent angle to Mads Mikkelsen. That he could pretty much play any background, any nationality, and for Armie Hammer, I think he's got one of those faces where you can place him just about any decade and any kind of like vantage point, and I think he exceeds. He usually overperforms. This is going into production in 2021 in Eastern Europe, so a lot of cobblestones and backdrops that'll feed, give this a lot of production value. So something that we could look out for or towards 2022, and most likely at a festival like TIFF, everything goes back to normal. I'm Eric Lavallée. I'm editor-in-chief and site owner for IONCINEMA.com, and this is
Kevin Jagernauth, contributing writer for the playlist.
And together we are IndieSponge.